important because they reflect our sense of right and wrong. They help us grow and develop. The decisions we make every day are the reflections of our values. Let us all understand the importance of humility through the presentation done by my classmates of class 5A.
This is a story from the epic Ramayana, traditionally ascribed to the Maharishi Valmiki. The epic Ramayana narrates the life of Ram, a legendary prince of Ayodhya city in the kingdom of Kosala. The story follows his 14-year exile, urged by his father, King Dashrath, on the request of Ram's stepmother, Kaikeyi. His travels across the forest in the Indian subcontinent with his wife Sita and his brother Lakshman. The kidnapping of Sita by Ravan, the demon king of Lanka. To rescue Sita, Ram needed to cross Lanka. The Vanars of the Vanar Sena constructed a bridge to Lanka in 5 days. Ram crossed the bridge and pursued Ravan for many days.
So everybody sit and enjoy the dance showcasing building of Ram Setu by Vanar Sena for Lord Rama, presented by the students of class 5A.
सेतु बांधारे सेतु बांधारे सेतु बांधारे सेतु बांधारे सेतु बांधारे सागरी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सितावर रामचंद्र की जय सेतु बांधारे सेतु बांधारे सेतु बांधारे सागरी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सितावर रामचंद्र की जय. गिरिराजांचे देह निखळुनी गजांगशा त्या शिळा उचलुनी गिरिराजांचे देह निखळुनी गजांगशा त्या शिळा उचलुनी जळात जारे जवे ढकलुनी जळात जारे जवे ढकलुनी सेतु बंधने जोडून ओढा सेतु बंधने जोडून ओढा समीप लंकापुरी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सितावर रामचंद्र की जय. फेका झाळे फेका डोंगर पृष्ठी झेलिल त्याना सागर फेका झाळे फेका डोंगर पृष्ठी झेलिल त्याना सागर ओढा पृथ्वी पैल तटावर ओढा पृथ्वी पैल तटावर वडवाग्नी तो धरील माथी वडवाग्नी तो धरील माथी सेतु शेषापदी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सितावर रामचंद्र की जय. राम भक्तिये दाटून पोटी शततीर्थांच्या लवल्या पाठी राम भक्तिये दाटून पोटी शततीर्थांच्या लवल्या पाठी सत्कार्याच्या पथिकासाठी सत्कार्याच्या पथिकासाठी श्रीरामाला असेच घेती श्रीरामाला असेच घेती वानर पाठी बदी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सेतु बांधारे सागरी सितावर रामचंद्र की जय.
Ram and Ravan are fighting a fierce battle with bow and arrows for nearly 7 days. The battle was such an intense duel that it shook all the worlds and frightened all people. Gandharvas, the gods of heaven, are also worried and join their hands and start to pray.
May all the worlds endure forever. May Ram conquer Ravan.
It is said that when the human form, Lord Ram and demon Ravan engaged in a battle, it was so out of the world that for a while both their respective armies stopped dueling and stood watching the two fight with their eyes depicting wonder and hearts impressed. Ravan now starts attacking Ram's chariot. This angers Ram.
How dare could you attack my chariot, Ravan? I'll teach you a lesson for this.
Ha 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 ha! Hey Ram, try as much as you can. You can do no harm to me. Ha 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 ha!
Ram again starts attacking Ravan fiercely with all his might.
Ha 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 ha! See, I told you that you can do no harm to me. Ha 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 ha!
Here is Vibhishan, the younger brother of the king of Lanka, Ravan and Kumbhakarna. Though a demon himself, Vibhishan displayed none of his clan's characteristic behavior. He was in fact a noble character and a great devotee of Lord Ram. Vibhishan was all for peace and tried to advise Ravan against abducting Ram's wife Sita. He wanted his brother to return Sita to her husband. When the former refused to heed his words, Vibhishan deserted him and joined Ram's army. Seeing the potential damage that his brother was capable of causing to Ram's army, Vibhishan stepped forward and revealed the secret of Ravan's death to Ram.
Oh my lord, let me tell you Ravana's secret. Ravana has stored the nectar of immortality in his navel. In order to slay him, it is necessary to hit him in the navel and dry out the nectar.
Lakshman, go to Ravan quickly before he dies and request him to share whatever knowledge he can. A brute he may be, but he is also a great scholar.
The obedient Lakshman rushed across the battlefield to Ravan's side and whispered in his ears,
Oh demon king, do not let your knowledge die with you. Share it with us and wash away your sins.
Ravan responded by simply turning away his head.
Ravana is arrogant as he always was, too proud to share anything.
Where did he sit while asking Ravan for knowledge?
Next to his head, so that I hear what he had to say clearly.
Lord Ram smiled, placed his bow on the ground, and walked to where Ravan lay. Lakshman watched in astonishment as his divine brother knelt at Ravan's feet.
Lord of Lanka, you abducted my wife, a terrible crime for which I have been forced to punish you. Now you are no more my enemy. I bow to you and request you to share your wisdom with me. Please do that, for if you die without doing so, all your wisdom will be lost forever to the world.
Ravan opens his eyes and raises his arms to salute Lord Ram. Lakshman is surprised.
Wish I had more time as your teacher than as your enemy, standing at my feet as a student should, and like your rude younger brother, you are worthy recipient recipient of my knowledge. I have very little time, so I cannot share much. But let me tell you the important lessons I have learned in my life. Things that are actually bad for you seduce you easily. You run towards them impatiently. So you must defer bad actions and avoid them as much as you can. Things that are actually good for you fail to attract you. You shun them creatively, finding powerful excuses to justify your procrastination. So you must do good actions without any delay as much early as you can. That is why I was impatient to abduct Sita but avoided meeting you. This is the wisdom of my life, Lord Rama. My last words, I give it to you.
So friends, did you understand the difference between Ram's and Lakshman's behavior with Ravan when Ravan was lying on his deathbed? Lakshman displayed ego and pride while talking to Ravan, whereas Ram displayed humility.
Humility goes together with respect. Humility is when one knows about his or her strengths but do not show. Humility allows one to be great in the hearts of many. Humility creates an open mind. With humility, we can recognize our own strengths and the strengths of others. So friends, be humble, be human.
Humility in music comes in knowing when not to play or when to play something less impressive than capable of playing if it suits the song better. Let us listen to one such song prepared by the humble efforts of my classmates of class 5A.
Sudha Murthy is the chairperson of Infosys Foundation and a member of the public healthcare initiatives of the Gates Foundation. She is an engineering teacher, Kannada, Marathi, and English author, as well as a social worker. She has founded several orphanages, participated in rural development efforts, supported a movement to provide all Karnataka government schools with computer and library facilities, and established Murthy Classical Library of India at Harvard University. Scene 1. Inside the train. This incident took place when Sudha Murthy was boarding Udyan Express at Gulbarg station. Her destination was Bangalore. The train was jam-packed, but somehow Sudha Murthy managed to get the berth. A girl named Chitra sat below Sudha Murthy's berth. When the ticket collector asked for the ticket, the girl came out and was crying profusely. The girl was 13 to 14 years old and she did not carry a ticket.
Who are you? Where is your ticket? From which station did you get on? Show me your ticket or else get down on the next station. Or else I will call the police myself.
Sir, please don't yell at her. I will pay for her ticket. It is getting dark. I don't want a young girl on a platform at this time. Girl, stop crying and come and sit on my berth. I don't know what's in your mind since you refuse to talk to me. So here is your ticket. You can go wherever you want to.
My name is Chitra and I live in a village near Pitar. I have lost my mother and father. My stepmother often beats me and does not give me food to eat. I have no support with me, so I have left home in search of something better.
Scene 2. Bangalore railway station. The train reached Bangalore. Sudha Murthy got down from the train and said goodbye to Chitra. But Chitra was standing there looking at Sudha Murthy with her sad eyes. Sudha Murthy was worried about the safety of the girl as there are many ways people could exploit her situation.
Scene 3. Parking driver picked up Sudha Murthy's bag and kept it inside the car.
Chitra, come child, let's go. Driver, please take us to Ram, who runs an NGO.
Scene 3. Orphanage. Sudha Murthy spoke to Ram, who is the owner of the NGO and a friend of Sudha Murthy. She explained the situation of that girl and asked to take care of Chitra and handed over some money to him.
Ram, please take care of this poor girl.
Sure, don't worry. I will take care of her.
After 2 weeks, Sudha Murthy visited the orphanage.
Akka, I wanted to go to school like other children. Can you please send me to school?
Yes, dear. I will definitely send you to school.
Chitra's expenses were bared by Sudha Murthy. Ram informed Sudha Murthy that Chitra scored a 85% in grade 10. Sudha Murthy was very happy for Chitra.
Chitra, you have done a fabulous job. I wish you take up engineering.
No, Akka. I have talked to my friends and made up my mind. I would like to do my diploma in computer science so that I can immediately get a job after 3 years and become economically independent.
Okay, Chitra, the choice is yours. I believe in you. Definitely, you will succeed.
आशा कुछ पाने की हो आस आस, कोई अरमा हो जो खास खास आशाएं, हर कोशिश में हो बार बार, करे दरियाओं को आर पार आशाएं, तूफानों को चीर के मंजिलों को छीन ले, आशाएं हिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी, उड़ जाए लेके खुशी अपने संग तुझको वहाँ, जन्नत से मुलाकात हो, पूरी हो तेरी हर दुआ, आशाएं हिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी। गुजरे ऐसी हर रात रात, हो ख्वाहिशों से बात बात, आशाएं लेकर सूरज से आग आग, गाए जा अपना राग राग, आशाएं कुछ ऐसा करके दिखा, खुद खुश हो जाए खुदा, आशाएं हिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी।
After 3 years, Chitra obtained her diploma with flying colors. Immediately, she got an offer for a job. Scene 4. Sudhamurthy was busy in her office when she got a call from Chitra.
Akka, I got a job offer from a software company as an assistant testing engineer.
Chitra, wishing you the best for every step in your journey.
Chitra joined her company and after 1 month, she got her first salary.
Akka, I got my first salary, so I bought the sweets and saris as a token of love. Because whatever I am today, it's all because of you.
After some days, Sudhamurthy got a call from Chitra.
Akka, my company is sending me to USA, so I wanted to meet you and take your blessings.
Chitra, wishing you the best for every step in your journey. Now you're going to a different country. Take care of yourself and keep in touch. My blessings are always with you.
Years later, Sudhamurthy was invited to deliver a speech in San Francisco for Kannada Quota. It is an organization where families who speak Kannada meet and organize events. The lecture was held in a conventional hall of the hotel. Sudhamurthy decided to stay in the same hotel for 2 to 3 days. After the lecture, Sudhamurthy decided to leave for the airport. She checked out of her hotel room and went to the reception counter to settle her bills.
You don't need to pay us anything. The lady over there has already settled your bill.
Sudhamurthy turned around and found Chitra standing in the corner looking at her with a huge smile. Chitra came and hugged Sudhamurthy and touched her feet.
Chitra, how are you? I've not seen you since ages. What a sweet surprise. How did you know that I will be in the city today? Akka, I live in the city and came to know that you are giving a lecture at local Kannada Quota. I'm also a member there. I wanted to surprise you. It is not difficult to find out about your schedule. Chitra, why didn't you pay my hotel bill? Akka, if you hadn't helped me, I don't know where would I've been today. Maybe a beggar or someone at someone's place. You changed my life. I'm ever grateful to you. No, Chitra, I'm not the only step in your ladder of success. There are many steps
which led you to where you are today. The shelter which looked after you, the schools which gave you good education, the company which sent you to America, and above all, it is you, the most determined and inspired girl who made your life yourself. One step should never take the credit for the end result. But Chitra, once again I'm asking you, child, why did you pay my hotel bill?
Akka, the first step is the most important and the most difficult step in one's life. And you helped me to climb my first step by paying the fare of my ticket from Bombay to Bangalore.
A thankful heart will value people more than things. It will value a smile more than riches. It will find joy in giving than grabbing, and it will hold on hope even when life's ship moves in troubled waters. Gratitude is a quality similar to electricity. It must be produced, discharged, and used up in order to exist at all. Thankfulness is the quickest path of joy.
devoid of the power to forgive, is devoid of the power to love. Hello, namaskar. This is Riya Kal to all my teachers, parents, and my dear friends. Before introducing the topic to you, I have one question for you. How many of you have apologized in your life? Amazing! Give a big round of applause to yourself. It takes a strong person to say sorry. How many of you have forgiven a person who has apologized to you? Well, it is not so easy.
Today, before the end of the show, I'm sure that the students of 5C of Pawar Public School Kandivali will help you think and help you learn the value of forgiveness and compassion. Yes, my dear friends, our topic for today is forgiveness. The greatest human goal is peace of mind, and the greatest obstacle for the peace of mind is anger and blame. In order to eliminate anger and blame, we need to learn to forgive. Forgiveness is freedom from hatred and is a step towards a new beginning. Here is an old Buddhist story that's taken from the Jataka tales.
Once the Bodhisattva was born as a deer, and he made his home deep in a lush forest. He was a particularly beautiful deer with golden fur that sparkled like many colored gems. His eyes were as blue as sapphires, and even his horns and hooves shone with a luster of precious stone. The Bodhisattva realized his dazzling appearance would make him desirable to men, who would capture and kill him and hang his beautiful hide on a wall. So he remained in the thickest parts of the forest where humans rarely ventured. Because of his wisdom, he gained the respect of other forest creatures. He guided the other animals as their king, and he taught them how to avoid the snares and traps of hunters.
From that day we arrived on the planet, and blinking step into the sun. There's more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. There's far too much to take in here, more to find than can ever be found. By the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky, keeps great and small on the endless round. Is the circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and hope, through faith and love. The circle of life.
One day, the golden deer heard the cries of a man being carried away in the strong rapids of a rain-swollen river. The Bodhisattva responded and he cried out in a human voice.
I must try to save this man. Hello, do not fear. Hold my hind legs and I will ride you out of the water. Oh, you should have hurt my leg. Oh, it is extremely difficult for me to swim with him on my back, but I must try my best.
Wow! You can talk! And you're a very beautiful and kind-hearted deer. Thank you for saving my life. Nobody has ever done anything for me such as you have done for me today. My life is yours. What can I do to repay you?
If you wanted something from me, all I ask is that you do not tell other humans about me. Many of my existence, they would come to hunt me.
I promise to keep your existence a secret. I will not tell anyone about you.
Then he bowed and began the journey back to his home.
At that time, in that kingdom, there was a queen who saw extraordinary things in her dreams that eventually became real. One night, she dreamt of a brilliant golden deer that sparkled like jewels. The deer stood on a throne, surrounded by the royal family, and preached the Dharma in a human voice.
Wow! What a beautiful golden deer I saw in my dream. I wish I had such a beautiful golden deer with me.
The queen awoke and went to her husband, the king, to tell him of this astonishing dream, and she asked him to go and find the deer and bring it to the court.
I want a golden deer. A golden deer? Do you want a deer made out of gold? No, I want an actual living deer, but it should be bright golden in color. What? But there is no such golden deer. I don't know. I just want a golden deer. I won't eat till you get me a living golden deer. Alright, I will try.
The king trusted his wife's visions and agreed to find the deer. He issued a proclamation to all of the hunters of his land to look for the shining golden deer spotted with many colors.
The queen desires a golden deer. Whosoever could bring the information of a golden deer would be richly awarded.
I am still grateful to the deer, but I am also very poor, and I can imagine myself struggling with poverty for the rest of my life. A life of plenty is in my grasp. All I have to do is break my promise to the deer. As a wealthy man, I could do the world a lot of good and make up for breaking my promise. This announcement was meant for me. I am soon going to be wealthy. I know a golden deer that lives in the jungle.
Wow, that's great. Come and meet the king.
The king was delighted and he gathered a large body of soldiers and set out to find the deer.
The rescued man guided the entourage over rivers and through forests, and they eventually came to where the unsuspecting deer was grazing.
Let us all hide in these bushes and wait for the deer. It keeps coming over here. Here he is, Your Majesty.
I can see the deer. It is sparkling in the sun like a treasury of jewels. I am overcome with the desire to obtain this beautiful creature.
Stop, Your Majesty, and please explain how you found me here.
The king, astonished, put down his bow and pointed to the rescued man with his arrow.
Truly, it's better to take a log out of the flood than to save an ungrateful person from it.
You speak words of blame. What do you mean?
I do not speak with the desire to blame, Your Majesty. I spoke sharply to a wrongdoer from doing wrong again, just as a physician might apply harsh remedy to cure his own son. I speak harshly because I saved this man from danger, and now he brings danger to me.
Is this true?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Why should this lowest of men live any longer? I shall punish this man to teach him a lesson.
No. I'm sorry, my king, and I'm sorry, Ruru. I became greedy and broke my promise. Please forgive me.
Stop, Your Majesty. Please forgive this man. I forgive him. I think he has learned his lesson. Do not strike one who is already stricken.
The Bodhisattva placed himself between the king and the rescued man. The deer's compassion moved and humbled the king.
Well said, holy being. I am very impressed with your kindness, Ruru. Not only your body, but your heart is also golden. If you forgive him, so shall I. I promise to give this man the riches he has been promised.
Forgive one another. This is what we should do.
believe all the moral laws can be summed this way: compassion to all creatures. The practice of forgiveness and compassion to all creatures should cause humans to regard all creatures as their own family. If a person regards all creatures as his own family, how can he even think of harming them? For this reason, the sages know that the whole of righteousness is contained in compassion. Great kings, keep this in mind and practice forgiveness and compassion to your people as if they were your sons and daughters, and your reign will be glorified.
I have one request, dear Lulu. Can you please stay with us in the palace garden for some time? My queen won't eat till she sees a golden deer.
You are a great king indeed. I shall certainly come with you, but I have my home, my family, so I must come back after a few days.
Then the golden deer was brought to the capital. The king invited the deer to stand on the throne and preach the Dharma, just as the queen had seen in a dream. Then the king praised the words of the golden deer, and he and his people took up the practice of compassion to all creatures with their whole hearts. The golden deer disappeared back into the forest, but birds and animals enjoy safety and peace in that kingdom to this day.
Let me conclude with yet another Buddhist story. When somebody throws a stone at you and the Buddhist teacher says to you, "Who are you angry with?" you would say, "I'm angry with the person." The teacher says, "Well, it was the stone that hit you and not the person. So why aren't you angry with the stone?" And you would say, "I'm not angry with the stone because the stone had no intention. It is just an inanimate object. It was thrown by the person. So I'm angry with the person." Teacher says, "So using that logic, you should not be angry with the person. You should be angry with their pain. Because the person is just like the stone, helplessly thrown by that pain." So if we understand this way of thinking, it will help us to build understanding and forgiveness.
Heartiest welcome to one and all present here. Life has many lessons to teach, and values play a very important role in our life, isn't it? Yes, they not only help us in building our character, but also in molding us to become a better human being. Patience is one of them. Today's students of 5th B will present before you a beautiful skit based on Sir APJ Abdul Kalam's life, who further went on to become the 11th President of India.
Scene 1 begins. Abdul with his two scientists working on India's satellite launch vehicle. They have worked hard for 7 long years. First LV-3, India's first satellite launch vehicle, was ready for the launch. The countdown began. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Wow, the first stage was performed to perfection. We have done it. Hurry, it's the second stage now. Oh no, the second stage has gone out of control and the flight has got terminated after 317 seconds. Oh God, everybody's so disappointed.
Oh my God! How did this happen? The rocket has crashed into the sea?
All our hopes are drowned with it. We never knew that our joy would be so short-lived. Very sad.
One moment there was joy and ray of hope, and very next moment utter hopelessness. We have worked so hard for this. Why? But why did this happen?
question is, what are we going to answer to the press? The press conference is going to be held in next half an hour.
Don't worry, Abdul. Accept the criticism. Have faith. God will surely help us.
Thanks, sir, for your words of guidance and support. I'm sure that media is going to blame me and my team for this failure.
Don't panic. Face the difficulties and challenges with courage. Everything will be fine.
सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर देर है देर नहीं मौला के घर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर देर है देर नहीं मौला के घर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर ना बैठ उम्मीदें छोड़ के वो तुझको देगा तोड़ के तेरे कर्मों का फल लगा है जिस शाख पर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर देर है देर नहीं मौला के घर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर होना है इतनी ज्यादा फिक्र न कर दिल का हाल वो जाने होठों से तू जिक्र कर अभी वक्त नहीं तेरे साथ में है इंतजार तेरे हाथ में वक्त आने पर ही तेरी मंजिल होगी हम सफर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर देर है देर नहीं मौला के घर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर तेरी मेहनत सच्ची है तो तू भी सफल हो जाएगा सच होगा तेरा सपना हर आंसू को जाएगा क्या हुआ अभी जो धूप है ये भी जीवन का रूप है बरसना है कब तुझ पे बादल को है खबर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर देर है देर नहीं मौला के घर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर सब्र कर
Sir, can you answer a few questions? Tell us who is to be blamed for the failure of the launch mission.
These are very complex missions. We need to find out what went wrong. We need to mend those mistakes and give it a new start. We do learn from our errors.
What's next, sir? Will you relaunch this project again in near future?
Yes, this mistake will not be repeated. I am sure and confident that in a year's time we can successfully place satellite in the orbit.
Now it's our time to prove ourselves. We will prove ourselves with hard work and dedication, and this time the mission will be successful.
Exactly 1 year later.
on 18 July 1980. It was the time to launch the space mission again. Begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. First stage performed to perfection. Waiting for the second stage. The second stage. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Wow! Marvelous! We have done it! It's a big success! The satellite is successfully put into the orbit.
Mission Mangalam. Om Mangalam Mission Mangalam. Om Mangalam Mission Mangalam.
मंजिल दूर 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 है, मुश्किल पास है, फिर भी ख्वाब 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 में ट्विंकल स्टार्स है.
Om Mangalam Mission Mangalam.
मंजिल दूर 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 है, मुश्किल पास है, फिर भी ख्वाब 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 में ट्विंकल स्टार्स है. चांद को करके रहेंगे आज ओवरटेक हम, पूरा चांस है. 3, 2, 1 boom. दिल में मार्स है, क्योंकि दिल में मार्स है. अपने दिल में मार्स है. मंजिल दूर 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 है, मुश्किल पास है, फिर भी ख्वाब 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 में ट्विंकल स्टार्स है.
Om Mangalam Mission Mangalam.
मंजिल दूर 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 है, मुश्किल पास है, फिर भी ख्वाब 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 में ट्विंकल स्टार्स है. चांद को करके रहेंगे आज ओवरटेक हम, पूरा चांस है. 3, 2, 1 boom. दिल में मार्स है, क्योंकि दिल में मार्स है. अपने दिल में मार्स है. उड़ने की प्यास है. दिल में मार्स है. ओम मंगलम मिशन मंगलम, स्पेस मंगलम, शटल मंगलम, पूर मंगलम, स्वैग मंगलम, हैश मंगलम, टैग मंगलम, प्रेम मंगलम, मिशन मंगलम, काउंटडाउन इग्निशन मंगलम, ओम मंगलम मिशन मंगलम, टेलीस्कोप उठाए स्वाहा.
Om Mangalam Mission Mangalam. Om Mangalam Mission Mangalam.
अपने ब्रेन 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 की है कारस्तानी, हम तो ढूंढ 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 ले फायर में पानी, फायर में पानी. अपने देश 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 में सब कुछ मुमकिन है. We don't need 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 no मेहरबानी, no मेहरबानी. अपने ब्रेन 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 की है कारस्तानी, हम तो ढूंढ 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 ले फायर में पानी, फायर में पानी. चांद को करके रहेंगे आज ओवरटेक हम, पूरा चांस है. 3, 2, 1 boom. दिल में मार्स है. ओ दिल में मार्स है. अपने दिल में मार्स है. उड़ने की प्यास है, क्योंकि दिल में मार्स है. ओम मंगलम मिशन मंगलम, स्पीड मंगलम, मेटल मंगलम, जोश मंगलम, जश्न मंगलम, स्टाइल मंगलम, दर्शन मंगलम, कॉस्मोस कंडीशन मंगलम, टेक ऑफ परमिशन मंगलम, ओम मंगलम मिशन मंगलम, कायनात सारे स्वाहा.
Yes, it's a big success. Mission is successful. Today I have got an opportunity to speak important words of my life. Mission, director, colleague, all stations. All stages performed successfully, and the Rohini satellite is now in the orbit. I am so proud of my team, and I am thankful to Professor Satish Dhawan who inspired me. Today I salute you, sir, for your guidance and support.
So, my dear friends, you can see how patience with the right attitude helped Sir APJ Abdul Kalam turn his failure to success. Even the COVID pandemic has taught all of us to be patient, and we have adopted these changes by our own choices because we know it's for our betterment. I thank each one of you for being such a wonderful audience. Stay safe